你看我今天忘了穿鞋子了。
还好啦，今天不会太冷啊。如果他已经弄好几个冷气的事情。
我穿这个是我妈妈的家里穿的鞋子。哦，吓死了！
真是，你生病了你？
谁呀？
病什么？你去病了，不。台上也可以做。台上不可以啦。对呀，就点图点光就可以做。
24，不是9间36，23。哇，想再说上厕所。
现在才去报名。
对呀，不是那个 求我帮忙啊！好啊，你有没有？
放在这都在这报名的地方就有。那个报名的上那个上面的工作证上面就有红包的。
对那个 It's a long line.
啊，你等到wait until 先轉嚟嘅時候先咯。你先將你啲人嚟先。你報名先啦。You go 報名 first.
Hold on. Kita hold on. Hi. 喂？喂？喂？ Hello? 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 Hello?哦，我忘了拿红包，没关系。
我你再打算出去不是坐着？
哎呀，
我这里好像没有。对，我这个包包里面没有。 看看，我这个烂烂的不好意思给你。这个不太，这个皱皱的不好给你。你看，你等一下去拿一个，你看这个皱皱的不好了。
哦，it's okay 啦，it's okay，thank you。
没关系，谢谢。
现在各种各样的都有。
你赶快去咯。
糟糕。
医院来的这差不多。
请主持人敬献哈达，以表最崇高敬意。 尊加持他为佛具供品。
We are welcoming His Holiness to ascend to the Homa throne. Inviting the Simu to take the Dharma seat.
请众上师、教授师、法师上座。
Inviting all the Dharma masters reference.
请讲师、助教、贵宾和上敬大德就座。
Our distinguished guests and all participants to please take the seats. Inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. Let's give a great round of applause to our lineage Guru for presiding over this Green Tara Homa fire offering ceremony. And also we want to extend welcome to Simu and all participating masters reference, our distinguished guests and all participants from all over the world. Thank you for coming and your participation in this ceremony. The Green Tara Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Clap twice and snap your fingers. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite the root Guru mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom.
Recite purification mantras and deity mantra.
Om Shudari Shudari Shumari Shumari Soha. Om Vajradam Papa Om. Namo Sanato Vajradam Om Turu Turu Devi Soha.
Recite invocation mantra.
Hom Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha.
We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo White Mahapadma Kumara. Namo Self-Mastery Lotus Light Buddha, True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Green Tara. Sincerely we invoke the main deity of this Homa, Namo Green Tara. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Green Tara. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jetpon, the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, the 8 primary deities of True Buddha School, Namo Yamantaka, Namo Akalanata, Namo 4 Heavenly Kings, Namo Sama Bodhisattva, Rainbow Temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakanis, and divinities, all the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Order, Seattle Lechang Temple, the abode of the Southern Mountain. Rainbow Temples, Mountain God, Earth God, Plant God, Wind God, Water God, Heavenly Fire God, Dragon Gods, and all divinities, as well as the City God, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Create Homas using visualization, first to Root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize full prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize full prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize full prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth half bow. Create mandala offering. Form the offering mudra and visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole space. Make the offering above to the lineage root Guru, all lineage Gurus, the main deity, the Green Tara, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, in the middle to all heavenly beings, protectors and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Mount Meru, 4 continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. For refuge, visualize our lineage root Guru, all the Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra.
Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye.
Armor protection. Form Vajaklap's mudra. Recite Vajrapani mantra 7 times.
Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali.
Inviting His Holiness to perform blessings with mala.
恭请圣尊金刚灵足结界加持报名表格
Inviting His Holiness to set ceremonial demarcation, to bless the prayer, registration forms, and all the offerings with Vajra bell and scepter. Inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the fire pit. Inviting His Holiness to lit the Homa fire, to make all the offerings and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enhancements, magnetization, subjugation, and birth to deliverance. The assembly will be reciting the heart mantra of the main deity today, Green Tara. Recite the heart mantras of the invisible deity and 10 Buddha Amitabha.
Om Paramani Kamin Soha, Om Ha 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 Vei Samaye Soha, Om Jali Jali Janti Soha, Om Jamara Charan Chanaye Soha, Om Ah Om Beta Guru Pema Siddhi Om Se, Om Ah Om Guru Pe Aha Sasamaha Lian-Sheng Siddhi Om, Deata Om Bekatia Bekatia, Maha Bekatia Raja Samo Namo 36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。Namo 36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。Namo 36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。回向。
Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repaying fourfold generosities from above, aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. We dedicate the merit of this ceremony to our lineage Guru. May you stay healthy, live a long life with great self-mastery in samsara to continually turn the Dharma wheel. Inviting His Holiness to perform the overall merit dedication. Homage to the Tara Bodhisattva, the green Tara Bodhisattva. Homage to Tara Bodhisattva, the green Tara Bodhisattva. Homage to Tara Bodhisattva, the green Tara Bodhisattva. We pray that by your close-bud lotus, the half-open lotus, and the fully open lotus blossom, you guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. Please bestow the power of purification and radiate bright light upon all participants to eradicate the karmic sicknesses, to grant us good health, and that all obstructions disappear, and to increase our good fortune. Please bestow perfect wisdom. Please bestow so that we can have healthy and strong body, and to eradicate all the improper thoughts. Please bestow the eradication of all obstructions and hindrances, and please bestow upon us auspiciousness and all wishes fulfilled. Please bestow and bless us so that we have equality between loved ones and enemies. And please bestow power upon us to subdue the 4 maras. May we have great love and respect, and may all wishes be fulfilled. to the Tara Bodhisattva, the green Tara Bodhisattva. Please bestow upon all beings good health, auspiciousness, wishes fulfilled, harmony, love and respect. To the gods of heavens, gods on earth, may it be from calamities, may all calamities abandon us, may all disasters turn into dust, may all calamity, may all obstructions disappear, may all enemies and enmities vanish. 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Ha 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 Panka Wen Sawa Tanhakata Pejama Mimancha Pejapawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pe Om Peja Sato Samaya Marupanaya Peja Sato Tenu Padisha Cheto Mepawa Suto Kayo Mepawa Sopo Kayo Mepawa Anurato Mepawa Shawa Hasiti Memborayasa Sawa Kama Sutsame Chitamo Siliyan Guru Hom Ha 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 Panka Wen Sawa Tanhakata Pejama Mimancha Pejapawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pe Om Peja Sato Samaya Marupanaya Peja Sato Tenu Padisha Cheto Mepawa Suto Kayo Mepawa Sopo Kayo Mepawa Anurato Mepawa Shawa Hasiti Memporayasa Sawa Kama Sutsame Chitamo Siniyan Guru Hom Ha 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 Panka Wen Sawa Tanhakata Pejama Mimancha Pejapawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pe 做观想大礼拜100
3 Homa choosing visualization, first to root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize full procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth Hapa. Recite completion mantra. Please stand up and let's join our palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to take the Dharma teaching seat. Please be seated. Now, let's give a great round of applause to our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, for presiding over this precious Homa fire offering ceremony. Now, let's join our palms with the greatest reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Buddha Dharma teachings. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liang-ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zheng-kung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Thubten Dorji. And homage to the main deity of Homa today, the Tara Bodhisattva, the green Tara Bodhisattva. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Simu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the webcast. And our participating VIPs today are Madam to Ambassador Daniel Liao, the Taipei rep to Sweden and Norway, Dharma Sister Judy. And the Law Advisor to Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Jennifer Zhou. The accountant to Buddha School, Dharma Sister Teresa and her husband, Mary. And producers for Kini Diansang Shinten from CTI TV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Shiachi. And the advisor to the Overseas Chinese of the Republic of China, Mr. Mai, and Dr. Ryan Zhuang, and Dr. Su Lin. And from the Saudi Arabia, the Greenland Company's president, Ms. Lin Kunyin. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? First, next Sunday, June 3rd, there would be Padma Kumara Homa fire offering ceremony. And Padma Kumara's left hand is in the holding lotus mudra, and the right hand is holding the Dharma teaching mudra. So this syllable is Hom, white Hom. So those were the short and long mantras. So Padma Kumara is Grandmaster Lu's Sambhoga Kaya, or light body. I hope that there would be many primary supplicants. It's a matter of faith here. So you can't embarrass me. In the long ago, there was someone that will not perform the ceremony when there were not enough primary supplicants. So he did not perform ceremonies, and many people asked him why. And then finally he said, because the primary supplicants were too few. That's why he did not do any ceremonies, did not conduct any ceremonies. So what could he do? So he asked all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to become primary supplicants. So all the disciples would represent each of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to become the primary supplicants before she wanted to do the ceremonies. and that person was XX. You would know before saying, because we have so many deities on the altar, right? So the primary supplicants become many. But for Grandmaster, it doesn't matter how many primary supplicants. But for Padma Kumara's Homa, at least, well, I don't dare to say anything more, so just make your own decision. So our Green Tara was the Tara Bodhisattva. So the Green Tara is also Tara Bodhisattva. So the key points in practicing Tara in Kaohsiung, I had transmitted this Dharma practice. So if you just watch the videos from that ceremony, you would know. There's no need for me to say more today. So just check the teaching from the Kaohsiung ceremony for a few key points. So she's Tara Bodhisattva, and her origin was Yogyakarta in Indonesia, which is a place close to Jambi. So Atisha went there and paid homage to Green Tara, and Grandmaster too had gone to Yogyakarta and paid homage to Green Tara. So Guru Sarlingpa transmitted the Buddha Dharma to Atisha, and Atisha brought back the Buddha Dharma to India and then to Tibet. So she has 3 Pure Lands. This is very special. She has 3 Pure Lands. One is the Pure Land of Western Paradise, and the other one is the Bodhiloka Pure Land, and the other one is the joyous, dignified Pure Land. And of these 3, the Buddhaloka Pure Land is in the human world. It's the Putor, Mount Putor of Guan Yin Bodhisattva's Pure Land, because she was an emanation of Guan Yin or Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. And then her own Pure Land was the joyous, dignified Pure Land. And then the Western Paradise also considered to be Green Tara's Pure Land. And according to what I know, of all the Tantric Buddha Dharma, Green Tara is one of the easiest to gain spiritual union or yogic response. That Tara is the easiest to gain yogic union. So, when Sakyamuni Buddha had attainment, Green Tara appeared in the space above, and she chanted Ha 7 times. Ha. To prove that Sakyamuni Buddha had gained enlightenment. And her mudra is the same as the mudra of all Taras. And most importantly, for this mudra, so the lower 2 fingers interlaced, so that means the lotus blossom in bud, and 2 thumbs and 2 middle fingers are the half blossom lotus. And the 2 index fingers are wide open, and that's the fully blossomed lotus. So this symbolizes the mudra for Tara. And then you rub the 2 thumbs, and the middle fingers are rubbing against each other, and visualize the appearance of Tara. By rubbing it this way, you touch the heart of the green Tara. There are a total of 21 Taras. If you finally classified it, becomes 21 Taras, and primarily is to eradicate calamities. This would be the greatest deity for the calamities eradication. And her Vajra name, that's the mantra. And the general mantra. And her image is with 1 head, 2 arms, and both holding Utpala flowers. Her body is green and very slim and exquisitely beautiful. And the right feet is extending downward. And then the right hand is touching the right knee, and in the holding lotus mudra. And she is wearing a small 5 Buddha crown embellished with jewels, very elegant and beautiful, emanating lights, exquisitely beautiful. And the right feet is slightly extended downward, showing that she's ready to salvage sentient beings anytime. I remember when I studied Buddhism before, at the cooperative new village of Hezhuo Xingchun, I started studying Buddhism. And I remember across the street there was a middle-aged lady, an auntie, and she didn't call me Sijun at that time, she called me Guru or Teacher Lu. So when you pay homage to the Buddhas, please make sure that you want to enshrine the statues that are in a standing position but not in a sitting position. And I asked why. Why the Buddhist statues have to be standing and not sitting? And the auntie told me, don't you know that the sitting ones are lazy and the standing ones can run very fast? So if you want to ask for something, you ask for the statues that are standing, and the sitting one would be lazy. And Green Tara is also sitting, but it is stressed here that his right feet is extended outside her lotus throne, stepping on a lotus blossom, that she's ready to get up and stand up and run and help you. So it's different, but actually it's the same. So Green Tara is seated on a lotus throne, and one feet is outside the lotus throne, stepping on a lotus blossom. That symbolizes that she's ready to stand up and help sentient beings anytime. Of course, what that auntie told me, I just kind of, I didn't take it seriously. She said that the Western paradise is America. And, you know, she's not educated, but I have studied, right? So I knew. She was not educated, so she said that America is the Western paradise. But there are also problems in America, racism, and there are also disasters. So we can't say that the Western paradise is America. So does it mean if we come to America, we are at the Western paradise? So that's what's wrong. So I thought at that time, the class that I disliked most in school is English class. In Taiwan, we studied Chinese and then also Taiwanese. Why do I have to study English? And I thought, I don't want to go to America or to study abroad, especially because I stayed in the same class twice. I didn't have any hope to study abroad. So I thought, I have no hope to study abroad or to immigrate. So I don't need to study English. And what would you do? Then I'll just cheat it. I just cheated. Like on the rulers, on the pencil, eraser, on the desk, I wrote lots of notes. Sorry. So I have cheated before, so now I repent. Because I had such a thought. I didn't like English. But so what a bad luck that at the end I came to America. So it doesn't matter how you plan. Sometimes the fate plays a trick on you. So when Golden Mother told me to go to America, I thought, oh no, I don't know any English. But Simu loves English in high school. Although I often said that Simu's English, I taught Simu's English, but that's a matter of faith. But actually her English is pretty good. And as for me, after coming so many years, how come nobody speaks English in the community? They either speak Taiwanese or Chinese. And my disciples mostly speak Chinese or Cantonese. So therefore my English is still not so good. But the common conversation, like how much,
and order the food. 食衣住行还会了，食衣住行，一般的这个绘画，一般的绘画还是会。
So just the common conversations,
几年了？
pretty good still.
36年了。
How long have I been in America? 36 years. How come I still haven't mastered the English?
我告诉你，我不能怪自己。
But I cannot blame it on myself.
怪我的环境。
I blame it on my environment.
环境都是在华人的华人的这个。
Because I'm always surrounded by
我要
Chinese.
学英文只有一个方法，我告诉你。
There's only one way for me to learn English.
我要娶一个白人。
I want to marry a Caucasian or an English speaker.
好吧？我还行哎，我告诉你哦。
I can still do it.
就让我学学英文好了啊。
And just let me learn English.
你当那个老婆当得那么辛苦，对不对？
It's been hard
升级
to
升为
be
大老婆。
a wife, so I will promote you to become the
升级为大
first
老婆
wife.
然后我娶一个白人的太太啊。
Then I'll marry a
我
white
告诉你哦，
wife.
我保证我再过2年3年。
I guarantee that in 2 to 3 years that my English would be really good,
环境问题呀，是环境问题。
would be eloquent. So it's a matter of the
非
environment.
常重要的。
So the environment is very important.
真的，为什么佛菩
Really.
萨哪一个是白人呢？
So which of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are white? So I can have the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas teach me. The white Dakini
白人吧，
should be a white a Caucasian.
我向白风琴母学英文。
I'll just learn English from white Dakini in my sleep.
好了，我们今天讲
Still come
道
teach
佛法
me
啊
in my sleep.
这里提到
Today let's continue to talk about Lamdre.
质量为流动明显。
Here
大种子大种记
it talks about
色形长短之量。
so the measurement or proof of the zealous life moving evenly. The so-called medical visible movement refers to the 4 kinds of major kinds of qi: placement, color, form, and length. All of the above can be observed. The so-called the determining presence refers to the sign that the qi can move from left to right and vice versa, and one can breathe through other routes or doors and can also block them.
以持咒或做观花宴，技能成办。
And the kinds of merits generated, the attainment of the 4 works or karma, is when one can move the earth qi in and out visibly. One would be able to accomplish the work for enrichment by chanting mantra, visualization, or generating vow.
本身是无形，看不到。
So you can observe the sign. You can't see the air.
感觉
And when the air enters into your body,
身体
you need to pay attention the movement of the qi inside your body, where the qi is,
是什么颜色、
the color of the
什
qi,
么形象，
and what is the form of the
还
qi.
是短气，
Is it the long qi or the short qi?
用眼睛去看到。
And you can see all of them with your eyes. You need to practice until you can
知道
achieve
我们
this.
这个按着右鼻
You
孔
know, when we close
吸气
the right nostril and you take in a long deep
就有感
breath,
觉到气，
then you can feel the qi.
你在呼吸，有的人
But normally, you don't feel it.
对你
when
在
you breathe
一直
Actually, you continually breathe, but you don't feel it. It's like fish in water. They don't feel the water. And human beings in the air and don't feel the existence of the air. But when you breathe through one nostril, then you can feel the qi going in and coming out. You need to use complete breathing to inhale the air until it reaches the lower dantian area. This is very important. You need to know clearly the movement of your qi. So look at Grandmaster's ears. When I move the qi to my ears, the ears can move. Did you see? The ears moved. And when I move the qi to the eyes, then I can see very far. Normally, when you close your eyes, and your eyes don't see very far, but if you want to see very far and see clearly, then you move the qi to your eyes, and as soon as you open your eyes, you would be able to see very far. You would be able to reach this, and your eyes can also see the formless beings, and without using the third eye. However, the third eye or the divine eye can also see. And if you move it or transport it to your right hand, the right hand would move. And then when you transport it to the left hand, then the qi would move in the left hand. Or when you move the qi to the dantian would move. Or to the secret chakra would move. Or to the feet, they would move. And the feet move. So this kind of movements are due to the qi. They were not voluntary movement that you made. So you need to be able to feel where the qi is. And you need to be able to feel the color of the qi. So when we visualize Om, it's Om, it's white qi. It's red qi. And Hom is blue qi. So the form of Kala Chakra has three colors: white, red, and blue. Why are there three colors in Kala Chakra Tanka that represent the qi inside his body? So from the space, the entering qi is white, and then inside your body is red, and then when it's exiting your body, it becomes blue. Typically it's like this. So it has color, it has form. Does qi have form? Yes. As you know, especially when you congeal the qi and then you exhale it, then it would become
气化出来的人，
qi in human form.
气也成。
That's how spiritual cultivation
小
is.
时候看到人家在抽烟，
That the qi can also form,
吸一口，
can has a form. When I was little, I saw someone smoke
一个
and
出来的烟，它会变成
take in the smoke, and then
一
as
个圆圈，
they
用舌头
exhaled
咬
it,
一下就变成一个圆圈。
and they use the tongue to blow it out, then it becomes like circles and circles of smokes. And then it would become larger and larger and disperses.
呼出来的形，
So that's the form of the exhaled qi.
你是长
And then the measurement of the length. So is it a long inhalation all the way to the lower dantian, or a short
到你的
breathing just to the throat or the
行者
lungs?
修行人的呼吸绝对到丹田，
So the breathing of spiritual cultivators always reaches dantian.
完全呼吸。
So you need to perform complete breathing in each of your breathing, or at least during your Dharma practice or in meditation.
非常好，
And you go deep in the woods or forests where the air is extremely good, and you do complete breathing, and that would help your
管
body.
念是怎么样？当你着火，
And the short measurement
已经产生着火，
is how
着火是怎么样？
is when your inner fire starts to burn.
是三角弓，
So how do you practice it? First, at the lower dantian, there's the two triangular palace, and there was a fire, which is the half of the acid syllable upside down,
放在生化宫，
and then you place it at the life generation palace. It's like fire in this shape,
这样
ah, upside down, a half
就
ah,
完全
upside down. That's the fire.
这个方法很多的，
And then you do complete
他
breathing.
们是这样很
Of course, there are many methods, but in terms of breathing, it's like this.
打铁匠，
So it's very,
像那种，
very intense.
而且上面
It's like when you're trying
要把铁融化，
to melt the metals, like in the ironsmith,
烘炉，
in the smithing,
那时候古烘炉怎么样？很快
and they use the
把那个火一直吹，一直吹，一直吹，吹到火本身能够把铁融化。
so you need to always blow on the fire until the iron can
所以
melt.
那时候的呼吸就叫力动呼吸。什么是力动呼吸？
So the breathing at that time, it would be called a very
就是古烘炉，
hard,
古烘炉
hard,
很短，但是你这个气是呼吸
short and strong,
然后一直
and quick
灌到中脉、左右脉，
and
然
hard.
后灌进中脉，
So you breathe very fast and
进入中脉，
strongly,
中脉吹那个
and to fill your channels or your body with the qi,
就升起来。
and to blow on that fire
力动呼吸
and
那
to
个
ignite it.
莲仙上师啊，新加坡莲仙上师，他专门讲力动呼吸，他呼吸也是
The Master Lian-Sheng of
啊，这个出气入气是一样，但是
Singapore
非常的快
specifically talk
非常的
about
快
this kind of breathing, very fast and very
力动
strong.
呼吸就是要把着火升起来，
That's to ignite the inner fire.
还是要用揉，用
But then you also need to rub, to massage, to press, to push, to tie, in order to ignite the inner fire.
啊，绝对不能松掉，就是要
It can't be
要
relaxed.
压，要
It has to be tight,
还要
and you need to press, to rub,
把那个火能够
to massage, to
着
push,
火也
to
是
tie.
起来
It's not easy to ignite the inner
我
fire.
们的这个宝贝叉叉，他说他已经
So our precious Tata said that she already ignited her inner fire.
身体着火的人了，
But you need to know
火
because you can use that inner fire to burn away all the impurities and the contaminants and all the bad qi to disappear. Then you become red, radiant, pure. So it would be like the outer Homa. Then you can burn away all the impurities. So you would have this kind of signs when your inner fire is already ignited. But by smelling the qi of her body, you can know if someone already has the inner fire ignited or not. Because someone, if she has had her inner fire ignited, then her qi would be pure, cool, fragrant. So very pure, clean, and cool, and fragrant. And one time, she was speaking to me face to face, and she said something, and I smelled her breath. The flowers would wilt and would close. I wouldn't dare to breathe because she claimed at that time that her inner fire had been ignited and it had been incredible. That her tummy is huge. So when you speak with X, just smell her breath, and it's really smelly. So it's really foul smelling. That's one that I fear most. Not everything else, but just her bad breath. So someone with bad breath would definitely not have the inner fire ignited. So, Reverend Lian-Sheng, have you smelled her breath? Yes. And I have smelled hers, and not because I was kissing her. So the smell that she emitted from her body, it's like the rotten smell, a bad odor. It's really a bad odor. She thinks she has a big tummy like a furnace. Master Lian-Sheng replied that we always maintain a distance. We were never that close. So that kind of smell so a qi practitioner will not have such a smell. But of course, sometimes after meals and you don't brush your teeth, there's a certain smell. But after you brush your teeth and yet you still give out that kind of foul smell, then that's something wrong. So after brushing your teeth, you shouldn't have such smell. So the fragrance of orchids that people would like to get close to you. But if you have body odor there under the armpit, well, I don't even have that smell, even under my armpit. There's some people that have such smell that I would have to spray perfume in my consultation room as soon as she left. Then I would spray the perfume. Especially for men, the body odor of sweat. The Chinese say that the smelly sweat of men and the fragrant sweat of women. But actually women also have such horrible smell. So that's how it is. But if you practice qi, then you would be able to observe this. And the qi can move from left to right. See, like me, the qi was on the right hand, now it's on the left, and in a moment it's on my feet. And in a moment it's going up. So 4 kinds of major qi. There's the life qi, other than life qi, and the fire accompanying qi that's inside the central channel, the peripheral qi that's circulating all over the part, all over the bodies, and the upper qi and the lower qi. Like in meditation, or when you perform the Sakya 6 postures, you have to rely on the qi. So you exhale completely the upper qi. So the qi of the lungs and up. Exhale it completely. And then the lower qi will rise naturally. And that's called the Dharma of lifting, the Dharma practice for lifting. And then you push down the lower qi, the upper qi would naturally go down, and that's the descending Dharma. And then the dispersing Dharma, and then the holding Dharma, which is when you let the qi abide inside your body, or when you hold your breath. So I often demonstrate a straw and place it into a glass of water, and then close the top, and you lift it up, and the water would be inside the straw. And then when you open your finger, the upper qi would go down and the water would drop. And by holding it tight, you're holding the qi or the water inside the straw. So you do it by pulling in your chin to press on the Adam's apple. So after you exhale the upper qi completely, you push on the Adam's apple. And the sun and the moon looking up, and then you press the abdomen to the back, and then you lift up the anus. That's the lifting Dharma practice for the non-leaking practice. So when you lift up the anus, the qi would go up. And then you push in your abdomen, and the qi would move up even more. And then you exhale the upper qi completely, and the lower qi would go up. Then the water would go up too. And then both eyes looking up, then you're lifting it up. And then you press on the Adam's apple. That's the Sakya 6 postures. So that's the beginning of the non-leaking practice. And Grandmaster has mastered this non-leaking practice. And I use this method to practice. And afterwards, I practice the inner fire. Then I have attainments. And then I practice the dripping of the light drops and the rising of the inner fire. And you open the brow point. And then you have the transcendent power of the divine eye. And then you open the throat chakra. Then you have the wisdom of the observation. And then you open the heart chakra, and then you open the secret chakra, the navel chakra, and then you know of your past, present, and future. And then you open the secret chakra, then you would attain the fruitions of lotus. So the determining presence refers to the sign that the qi can move from left to right and vice versa. And the qi can exit from your secret chakra, or the qi can exit from your anus. And the best one is the qi exits from the skin pores, and there would be womb breathing. So when babies are inside mother's womb, they are surrounded by water, they cannot breathe. So they just perform the womb breathing. So the qi of the mother, and then expelled it through the skin pores. That's called the womb breathing. And you can exhale from the ears too. I've seen someone that can blow out from the ears. Take a smoke and then don't breathe out the smoke. And he used his ears to expel the smoke. I've seen someone do that. It's so easy to exhale the smokes from the nose. Grandmaster can do that too. It's easy for the qi to exit from the nose, and it's more difficult from the ears, but someone can do it. So you use your thought, and through the channels, because they're all interconnected, and then he could exhale through his ears. So the kinds of merit generated is the attainment of the 4 works or 4 karma, and that's for purification, enhancements, magnetization, and subjugation. When one can move the earth qi in and out visibly, one would be able to accomplish the work of enrichment by chanting mantra, visualization, or generating vow. So this is strange. How come? By practicing qi, it would help you to get purification and enrichment. Why? Ponder on it. Why? Of course, chanting mantra. By chanting a certain mantra, you would be able to gain spiritual response from it. Visualization. In our Dharma practice, we often perform visualization, and that can also let you accomplish the 4 works. And generating vows too. The greater your vows, when you make the vows sincerely, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will help you and would let you accomplish the 4 works. So when the qi enters and exits clearly, then you can do this. In the past, there was a mountain that's called the Huozhen mountain. Inside the mountain, there's a temple that's called the Huozhen temple. And there, inside the temple, there's a sword, and it's called Huozhen sword. And in Chinese, it sounds like I'm really a jerk. I was trying to get some hot water into a thermos, and I saw a fly on my feet, and my brain stopped. So I poured the hot water to the fly that's on my feet. So now I have to stay in bed with the swollen feet. So actually in our qi practice, sometimes we're like that too. That the qi can enter into the demonic channel. Like the qi goes into the wrong place. So in our qi practice, treasure with energy yoga is more dangerous, but the 9 cycle Buddha breathing is not. And Vajra chanting is in the middle. So in your practice for concentration, you first practice the 9 cycle Buddha breathing and then the Vajra chanting. And once you master it, you practice the treasure with energy yoga. Because treasure with energy yoga is very forceful. So sometimes it would go to the wrong path or the deviant path, and that can be dangerous. So don't make a mistake. Just follow the instructions of the guru. Some people are in a rush, and the qi goes to their heads. And then if you continue, the qi flows with the water. So say if you hold the breath too long, your blood pressure will rise. And then the brain vessel sometimes can break. So it can be dangerous. What kind of joke is this? Xiao Wang rushed to find Xiaoming. How come you still enjoying your mahjong? And your wife is... The Xiaoming took his friend to rush to his wife and then told Xiao Wang that your wife is playing tricks on you or stealing time. And then Xiaoming went and see his wife with the man, but then he came back and told the Xiao Wang that, hey, why are you so worried? Because I don't even know the man. Okay, let me tell a few jokes. Talking about mentally disturbed people. It's a moron. So Apian went to the psychiatry, and everybody clapped really loudly and calling out President Apian of Taiwan. And there was only one patient that did not clap. So the president asks, and the psychiatric doctor told him, because this patient is rather well, it's getting better, that's why he did not clap. And you all are wide awake, that's why you don't clap. And now we have a different president. After President Apien, President Ma Ying-jeou. Now, after that, there's President Tsai Ing-wen. So can we use this story? It's hard to find a normal president. And oh, it's raining. In the psychiatry, it's raining, and everybody in the ward came out of carrying basins and say that, oh, it's time for showers. They all get in the rain and get in the shower. And then someone was just standing on the side. Oh, and the doctor thought, oh, maybe he's got a lot better. Hey, everybody's getting showers, how about you? And he replied, oh, they're so dumb. What a moron. But because I'm waiting for the hot shower, they were all got in the cold shower. They're all mental patients. And the psychiatric doctor drew a door and a handle and a key on the wall. And he told all the patients, if you can open the door, then I would let you go out. They all rushed to the door, and of course they couldn't go through because it was a fake door just drawn on the wall. But there was a patient standing, smiling coldly on the side, and the doctor thought maybe he's gotten better and asked him, everybody was trying to open the door, how come you didn't? And he said, oh, they were so dumb, they're just fools. They're all sick because the key is here with me. So he is even more severe than the rest. So as spiritual cultivators, we should have the proper thoughts. It's extremely important. The proper, the righteous thoughts of Buddhism. Sakyamuni Buddha never taught any disciple to worship ghosts or to collect all the ghosts, to follow her command, and then to ask everybody to also pray to the ghost. So in Folin chapter, the Li Sanchuan's daughter and son asked Grandmaster, Grandmaster, why didn't you tell us earlier? Because X had said it long ago to tell people to pray to the XX hall. And do you know what XX hall is? Oh, that's ghost. They're all ghosts. And they don't cultivate spiritually, and they don't have any attainments, so they're not on the levels of the gods. So that's why you have to have the right thought. So Li Sanchuan's daughter and son told me that X always asks people to pray and ask at the XX hall. And the Buddha never told us to do something like that. So we pray to Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Vajra protectors, Dhamma protectors, and also the heavenly gods. We can respect them. But ghosts and demons and monsters and spirits, we don't pray to them. Why do you ask anything from them? That's not spiritual cultivation. That's like to ask for lottery numbers, like in Taiwan. They go to Bai Xing Gong temple, which is the temples of the nether world, of the spirits. That's not spiritual cultivation, though. Nobody ever raise and employ ghosts as huge as she did. So on June 30th, the Luo Tian Da Jiao, the Grand Bridal Deliverance Ceremony in Oakland, can be attended by young and old, because all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, all the heavenly beings, and all the officers of hells, all the kings of ghosts would also descend and would protect everybody. So all people, young and old, anybody can attend. There will not be any danger, because you have invoked all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the whole universe, or of the whole heavenly realms. Of the whole heavenly realms. There will not be any invasion by the ghosts upon your bodies, and we hope in this ceremony we would be able to resolve these problems, that the spirits can go to wherever they're supposed to go, that they don't gather at that place creating problems. So that's why we have to have the right thought, the right mindset. So as Buddhists, we study from the Buddhas or Bodhisattvas or Arhats, or at least the 4 sagely realms. So in the least you do some goods or good acts or good deeds to go to the heavenly realms. Buddhism never have anything involvement with ghosts. So they have gone on the deviant path. They've gone off the right path. We are very grateful to Grandmaster's precious Dhamma teachings. And now please help collecting the chairs and place it on the 2 sides of the stairs. And during the empowerment, please visualize her image, form her mudra, and recite her mantra. And this ends the English interpretation today. Please remember to return your receivers. Thank you very much.
恭请圣尊为与会大众做绿度母法灌顶，含有皈依灌顶。 我们以热烈的掌声感谢圣尊慈悲自受绿度母法灌顶。恭请师尊护摩过火。做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽观想经语，回天津三引，二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想经语，回天津三引，三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想经语，回天津三引，四平等于其手。护摩法会圆满即将结束了，非常感谢根本传承上师的大加持，感谢师母、诸位上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教与大家的护持，以及网络直播现场观看的观众，谢谢大家功德无量。网络直播到此结束，非常感谢大家的收看，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.